Assalamu alaikum. This is Shauruk Mujumdar welcoming you all to the English news from BTV Chattogram. Let's begin with the headlines. Joint Declaration on Prevention and Control of Non-Contagious Diseases to be a milestone for health protection, says Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus. Maulana Bhashani Bridge over Tissa River to connect Kurigram and Gaibandha inaugurated. Chattogram City Corporation takes beautification measures, freeing roads and sidewalks from floating hawkers. Israeli attacks kill at least 51, including 7 waiting for aid in 24 hours. And Real Madrid secure 1-0 victory over Osasuna in Laliga at Santiago Bernabeu Stadium. Those were the headlines. Now moving on to the details. Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus has said the joint declaration signed on the prevention and control of non-communicable diseases will be a new milestone for health protection, as it will help achieve the health-related sustainable development goals. The Chief Advisor said this today while speaking at the signing ceremony of the joint declaration aimed at strengthening inter-ministerial cooperation for integrated action in the prevention and control of non-communicable diseases. Professor Yunus handed over the joint declaration to the senior secretaries. Senior secretaries and secretaries of 35 ministries signed the joint declaration on the non-communicable diseases. Stressing the need for making the country's people aware of public health, Professor Yunus said if the young people are not made aware of tobacco today, the future of the next generation will be uncertain.
যে কোনো পরিস্থিতি হোক না কেন এবং যত চ্যালেঞ্জিং থাকুক না কেন আমাদেরকে সুস্থ সবল প্রজন্ম গড়ে তুলতেই হবে। এই জন্য সরকারি বেসরকারি সুশীল সমাজ জাতীয় ও আন্তর্জাতিক সংস্থা উন্নয়ন সহযোগী সংস্থা সমাজের সকল শ্রেণীর মানুষ সকলের সক্রিয় অংশগ্রহণ প্রয়োজন। অসংক্রামক রোগের চিকিৎসা ব্যবস্থাপনা যেমন উন্নত হওয়া জরুরি, তেমনি রোগগুলো যেন কম হয় অথবা একেবারেই না হয়, সেজন্য উপযুক্ত জনসচেতনতা এবং প্রতিরোধ এবং নিয়ন্ত্রণ ব্যবস্থা গড়ে তোলা দরকার। স্বাস্থ্যসেবা বিভাগের একার পক্ষে এটা সম্ভব নয়, এটার একার কাজও নয়, সবাই মিলে এটাকে করতে হবে। এই জন্য সব মন্ত্রণালয়ের সহযোগিতা দরকার।
The Chief Advisor said the people should be made conscious about sugar intake on an urgent basis. He underscored the need for giving special priority to the implementation of the joint declaration and ensuring the necessary allocation and manpower to this end.
তামাকের বিরুদ্ধে তরুণ সমাজকে আজ সচেতন করা না গেলে আগামী প্রজন্মের ভবিষ্যৎ অনিশ্চিত হয়ে পড়বে। এর পাশাপাশি স্বাস্থ্য সচেতনতার জন্য চিনির পরিমাণ নিয়ন্ত্রণ জরুরি ভিত্তিতে মানুষকে সচেতন করতে হবে। জাতীয় নীতিগুলো এমনভাবে প্রণয়ন করতে হবে যেন সেগুলো স্বাস্থ্যবান্ধব হয়, অসংক্রামক রোগ প্রতিরোধ নিয়ন্ত্রণে সহায়ক হয়, শিশু কিশোর নারী স্বাস্থ্য যেন বিশেষ অগ্রাধিকার পায়। আজকের এই যৌথ ঘোষণা স্বাক্ষরের মাধ্যমে জাতীয় স্বাস্থ্য সুরক্ষায় আমরা একসঙ্গে কাজ করতে নতুন করে প্রতিশ্রুতিবদ্ধ হলাম। এটি শুধুমাত্র একটা আয়োজনের মধ্যে যেন সীমাবদ্ধ না থাকে, এটি আমাদের সম্মিলিত প্রয়াস। আমি বিশ্বাস করি এতে বাস্তবায়নের মাধ্যমে বাংলাদেশের জনস্বাস্থ্য সুরক্ষা কার্যক্রম আরও গতিশীল হবে। এটি হবে অগ্রগতির একটা নতুন মাইলফলক।
Health and Family Welfare Advisor Nurjahan Begum, Special Assistant on the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Professor Dr. Mohammad Saidur Rahman, Health Services Division Secretary Mohammad Saidur Rahman, and WHO Director Program Management for Southeast Asia Region, Dr. Thaksafon Thamarangsi also spoke the function. Testimony in the case of crimes against humanity over the July uprising against Sheikh Hasina, Asaduজ্জামান Khan Kamal, Obaidul Qadir and former IGP Abdullah Al-Mamun has concluded for the sixth consecutive day. The testimony session at International Crimes Tribunal 1, led by Justice Ghulam Murtuja Mujumdar, began at 12 p.m. Four witnesses, including the mother of one of the July martyrs, testified in the case. Prosecutor Mizanul Islam said this while briefing at the International Crimes Tribunal today. He said that a doctor and a nurse from the Neuroscience Hospital gave their testimony today. The witnesses demanded death penalty for Sheikh Hasina, Obaidul Qadir, Asaduজ্জামান Khan Kamal and the other accused, he added. The fourth day of appeal hearings by the defense in the August 21st grenade attack case has concluded, with the hearing scheduled to resume tomorrow. Hearing on Tuesday. Earlier on Tuesday, the State Council completed their submission before the Supreme Court, seeking to overturn the High Court acquittal of Tariq Rahman and Lutfuzzaman Babar. The appeals are being heard by a six-member appellate bench headed by Chief Justice Dr. Syed Rifat Ahmed. Previously, on 1st of December, the High Court acquitted former State Minister for Home Affairs Lutfuzzaman Babar, BNP Acting Chairman Tariq Rahman and all other accused in the murder and explosives cases related to the August 21st grenade attack, rejecting the death references and allowing the appeals filed by the defendants. The Maulana Bhashani Bridge, earlier known as Tista Bridge, constructed over the Tista River to connect Kurigram and Gaibandha districts, has inaugurated. Asif Mahmood Shojib Bhuiya, advisor to the Local Government, Rural Development and Cooperatives Ministry, inaugurated the bridge at noon today. The 1,490-meter-long PC Garda Bridge has been constructed over the Tista River between Horipur Kyagat under Sundarganj Upazila of Gaibandha and Chilmari Kyagat under Chilmari Upazila of Kurigram. According to LGED sources, the bridge will reduce travel distance between the two districts by over 100 kilometers. A Chinese contractor built the bridge under LGED supervision with financial assistance from the Saudi Development Foundation. The total construction cost stood at 885 crore taka. LGED sources said the bridge is expected to play a vital role in improving transportation of agricultural goods to Rangpur city as well as Kurigram and Gaibandha towns. This will help farmers market their produce timely, boost incomes and contribute to improving the socio-economic conditions of the region. Now, international news. Israeli attacks have killed at least 51 people, including 7 aid seekers in 24 hours. With this, the total death toll from over 22 months of continuous Israeli aggression in the Strip has exceeded 62,000, while the number of injured is nearly 157,000, according to Gaza's government media office. Among those killed across the Gaza Strip in Israeli attacks, at least 19,000 are children. Since October 7, 2023, Israel's relentless assault on Gaza has continued. Schools, hospitals, shelters, aid centers, and even places of worship have not been spared from the Israeli aggression. Meanwhile, on March 2nd, Israel imposed a new blockade on Gaza. After 11 consecutive weeks of blockade, Israel has allowed only a very limited amount of aid into the territory since the end of May. However, the aid remains grossly inadequate compared to the actual needs, resulting in a severe food crisis for the people of Gaza. Switzerland has proposed organizing a potential meeting between Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky and Russian President Vladimir Putin. Swiss officials stated that they are prepared to host such a summit between Putin and Zelensky. To help end the war in Ukraine, U.S. President Donald Trump held a meeting on Monday at the White House with President Zelensky and European leaders. Following the meeting, Trump said he is working to organize a summit between Zelensky and Putin. Trump stated that after a very good meeting at the White House with Zelensky and European representatives, he spoke with Putin over the phone. He also informed Putin about what had been discussed during the meeting. French President Emmanuel Macron was present at Monday's meeting. Afterward, he suggested that any meeting between Zelensky and Putin should be held in a neutral country, with Geneva, Switzerland being the most suitable location. He also mentioned that the meeting could take place within the next 2 weeks. Meanwhile, U.S. President Donald Trump stated that American troops will not be sent to Ukraine to ensure the country's post-war security. He made this clear during a live broadcast on Fox News yesterday, when Fox News asked him what such a security guarantee might look like. Trump replied that countries like France, Germany and the UK are interested in sending troops to Ukraine. However, he does not see this as a problem, but made it clear that the United States will not deploy troops to Ukraine. Back to national news. Floating hawkers have been occupying roads and sidewalks in Chattogram city for a long time, although the authorities concerned have fixed a time for these hawkers to set up shops. It has not yielded any result. On the contrary, their occupation of roads and sidewalks is increasingly by setting up new shops. Recently, Chattogram City Mayor Dr. Shahid Hussain has taken measures to free roads and sidewalks from their encroachment by beautifying the roads. Floating businesses on roads and sidewalks and random parking of cars are obstacles to the movement of vehicles and pedestrians, which are daily problems in the port city. These create traffic jams on the roads as well as widespread chaos. Pedestrians also become victims of road accidents. The hawkers say they are forced to earn their living from floating business as there is no alternative employment. But the situation is getting worse day by day, that floating hawkers are occupying not only the sidewalks, but also the road space in some places to run their business. Meanwhile, in some places, the situation has become so complicated day by day that there will be no more roads for vehicles and sidewalks for pedestrians to walk. The conscious city residents have called upon the concerned authorities to take strict action regarding the matter.